Hey everyone out there, Lindsay here. It is time for me to get packing and to get on the road again soon. So I wanted to film a quick video to show you actually how I pack my bag. So recently I posted a video of what I was packing and the type of gear I was using, and somebody had commented that it would be helpful to show you how I pack my bag. So I have everything here in a heap of a pile, which normally is what it looks like before I put it into my bag. So I'm just going to quickly go through and show you how I get it all organized and a bit of my methodology. So before I get started, I do want to say that I have a bathing suit on, so I'm not going to hopefully be flashing you too much. But because I am on the Sunshine Coast in Australia and it is hot as freaking hell right now, I've been living in my bathing suit and skirts. So, all right, so let's get started in regards to packing. So I've been traveling, and I know I've shared this bag plenty of times before, but this is the bag that I've been traveling with for 3 years. It's the Osprey Farpoint 40. And it is absolutely fabulous. And a lot of people, when they see me show up with this small ass bag, are like, holy shit, I don't know how you're doing it. But in all honesty, there are things, and I'll show you as I'm packing, you know, I can actually travel with less. I have plenty of stuff that I can fit in this bag because I organize it pretty well, and there's certain things that I just don't include. And I'll explain that in a second. So this is my bag. As well as this time around, I do have a messenger bag as a separate carry-on. That was an awesome gift from one of my lovely friends. So this is kind of my little carry-on personal bag. So I'll go through everything that I pack. All right, so to get started, I've been traveling in warm weather, so the advantage of that is I don't have any bulky clothes. Like, I did have jeans that I donated to an orphanage along with some other clothes. So a lot of my stuff is summer type of gear because I know should I go into a cold environment, I'll just pick up a pair of jeans at like a thrift store or something. But with that said, the one thing that I have held on to is a leather jacket. So I've worn this thing about 2 times in the past, gosh, like 6 or 7 months. But I do want to hold on to it because it is the only like outer layer warm thing that I have. So what I do is I just put that in the bottom of my bag, like so. And then, on top of that, I have shared previously in other videos that to keep my clothes organized, I use these things called packing cubes. So I got a pack of 3 of them, and it just so happens that the 3 of them fit perfectly inside of my bag. So I have one, like this packing cube is like skirts and dresses, a lot of not very practical clothes for backpacking, but they were all my clothes left over from the summer that I spent in Sicily, and I've just been holding on to them. So I'll actually like sleep in some of these going out dresses. So this one just has, I tend to fold everything, roll it up, shove everything inside of here. So just to save time, I'm not going to make it perfect, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's all packed and looking good. So there's one. So this is skirts, dresses, all that kind of stuff, and that gets shoved into the bottom corner. And then my second one is t-shirts and tank tops. So I had a friend that came out to visit me not too long ago, and she left with me a couple pieces of clothing that she didn't want, such as some t-shirts and everything. And for the time, I was like, oh, I don't really need anything, but I took them just in case. But I haven't really been using them, so I'm actually going to leave behind a couple things here where I'm at. So like I have a t-shirt, like if you've only worn an article of clothing like once or twice in the past month or so, it probably is a good indicator that you might not want to be hauling it around unless it's something very specific like a leather jacket or something. So I have a couple shirts that I'm just going to give to the people that I'm living with. They can give them to somebody else. And then I just have some tank tops and t-shirts, just very basic stuff, basic colors that I mix and match. So all of these, right now I'm just shoving them in, but I will roll them all up like perfectly before I get going. So then that gets zippered shut, and this goes in the other side of my bag. And then my last little bag is for bras, underwears, bathing suits, that kind of thing. And I have like 2 sports bras that I travel with, you know, obviously underwear. I have a regular bra that I seriously never wear because it's been too hot, but I want to hold on to it anyway, as well as I have one bikini on, and my other bikini unfortunately got destroyed while I was working here, so I am leaving it behind. So that's the last little compartment. So this will also get shoved in here. So as you can see, when the three of them go in there, it's perfect. And if like I need a pair of underwear, or if I need like a t-shirt or whatever, it's like I know what compartment it's in, so I can easily pull it out, get what I need without ruining my whole entire bag. So that is that. And then on this side there is a zipper place. So I have my quick dry towel that stays in there. And then I have two pairs of leggings, one that's 3/4 length, one that's long. So they both get zippered into the side pouch. And then I have one pair of shorts, which they're actually a little too big on me now, but I'm gonna hold on to them since it's the only pair I have. But I probably will eventually be getting rid of those as well. So they just get shoved in that little part. And I also always travel with a sarong now. Now I always didn't have it, but I used to have two. One got destroyed, so I'm just gonna be keeping this one. But I got this one for $3 in Bali, and it is perfect. Like I use it for the beach, I use it as a towel, I use it as a cover up. So sarongs are perfect, or like a very large scarf. So that'll get shoved in there. And then in terms of toiletries, I do not travel with many toiletries at all, because I know everywhere that I'm going, I can quickly just go to the store and pick something up and use it. So the only thing that I have to travel with is toothpaste. So I have a toothpaste, toothbrush. In terms of makeup, like I haven't put on makeup in God knows how long, but I do have mascara and like an eyelash curler and floss. And then in this one I have some razors, but as you can see, they're fairly empty because when I first started to travel, I had some things in them. But as I've traveled along, there's just really no sense in hauling all of that stuff around unless you truly are backpacking and going from spot to spot to spot. Then maybe grab like a bar soap and like a little thing of shampoo, or you know, that type of thing. So these are my two little things that I travel with. So these just I'll shove in between my two, because also with the toothpaste, like when I go through security, that's gonna have to get pulled out. So I always put it up like at the top of, actually I'll put it up at the top of my bag here, and this one can just get shoved in between. So that's that too. And then I have just this little tiny bag of, it has like a couple little pieces of jewelry in it. Nothing too special, an eye mask, earplugs. So as you can see, everything's in its own little container so that nothing goes floating around. So then this can go over on this side, and I'll zipper that shut so that's kind of full. So that's pretty much it on the clothes front. Like I do have a skirt and dress that will go into one of these. So that's all of my clothes. I travel just very simply, and you really don't need a ton of clothes. I don't mind wearing the same stuff all the time. I'm really surprised at like some of the stuff that I've brought and that I've been wearing has been really lasting, because like this skirt's from Forever 21 that I bought years and years and years ago, and it's maybe for like $4 I bought it, and it's still just, it's good enough for right now, right? And the reason why is because there are times that I leave clothes behind, or they get destroyed when you're like working on a project or doing something. So I just, anytime that I try to convince myself that I need something in terms of clothes, like I was like, oh, I want another pair of shorts. I really try to hold back on that, because I know that all these things need to come with me to place. So unless I truly 100% need something, I really refrain from buying it. So that's my bag. And then I do have this little athletic jacket that I tend to try to leave out and leave loose. I either put it into my carry-on or put it into the top of my backpack, because when I'm on planes, trains, and buses, if I'm dressed like this, I tend to get cold. So I will, you know, just keep that out and about. And with that said, like usually when I fly, if I will wear my long leggings, my sneakers, anything that's more bulky in my bag, I try to put on my body to reduce the size of my bag. So that's it so far. In regards to shoes, shoes are the biggest pain in the ass when it comes to try to packing them in this little thing. So as I mentioned, I usually would wear sneakers onto the plane, but tomorrow I'm going to probably fly somewhat like this or in a dress or something, so I'll be wearing my flip-flops. So I have to pack my shoes. So I have these sneakers. I take the socks and I put them inside of my shoes, since that's just like empty space. And then I always bag my shoes because number one, they're dirty. And I also spilled a little bit of gasoline on one and they just stink. So I don't want to stink up the rest of my bag. So I'll put them in a bag. So I have these shoes, And then I have these like cheap little sandals that I bought for $2 in Bangkok. And then I have flip-flops. So that's all the shoes I travel with, and it's been working out fine for me doing what I've been doing. So all of my shoes go into a bag and just get placed on top like so. And then this is ready to get shut. And then on the top part of my bag is the place for the laptop. So I work as a writer while I travel, so it's very important for me to have my laptop. So this time around, I bought a little bit of a smaller laptop so it fits nicer. The first time I traveled with a full-size laptop, and it was like freaking using elbow grease to try to get into my bag. So this will go in there along with my chargers, and everything else gets shoved in here. I have a selfie stick that somebody gave me that I really don't use, so usually this would not make the cut considering I haven't used it, but I have a little space for it, so I've been holding on to it. So that goes in there, and then that gets shut, okay? So that is my main bag, that's everything. And then moving on to my carry-on, this is where I will put my passport, my cell phones, everything along those lines. And I have a couple little different things over here. So I journal while I travel. So I have my old journal as well as my new journal. Like I kind of have an issue with paper and tend to accumulate a lot of notebooks. I just can't help it. So even with this small bag, like I bought myself like a planner. I have just like another little empty notebook to keep ideas in. I was going through this online business program, so I have a separate book for all my notes for that. And then I have another little exercise book because, you know, you need paper for shit. I have no idea, and I just have an issue. So this one's empty. I might actually just leave this one behind. But all of this stuff, I will just shove into the bottom of this bag, like so. And then I bought a little coloring book and coloring pencils because it's kind of nice and relaxing to do it. I often do it while I'm like watching Netflix, or I can obviously do it on a plane. So that will get shoved in there. A book will get shoved in here. And then my other bags, like this is my other little personal bag that I use day to day. And I just have a tiny wallet, my cell phone, earphones, and like some lip gloss and shit in there. So I usually just use this. I prefer the messenger style bag. But when I'm flying, I wrap this bag and I put it into my medium size bag. So this black bag is like if I'm going, yesterday I went on this like long bike ride and I don't have a smaller backpack, so I just use this one, and I can put like my sarong in there. I can clip my water bottle onto the edge of this. So that'll go in there, and then this gets wrapped up and shoved inside the bigger bag. So it gives me multiple options for when I'm traveling. So that's it. And it really, if I'm not recording this, it can seriously take me like all of 5 to 10 minutes to pack up all of my stuff and get going. So travel light, travel organized, and just know that you don't have to have every little bit of everything that you think you could possibly need traveling, because like now I'm in Australia and then I'll be going to New Zealand. Like I know I can find whatever I want. So what's the point of hauling it around? All right, everybody, happy travels. Hope this was helpful, and I'll be checking in again soon. Ciao, bye.